Lots of elevated card offers this week, and we've got a rumor of a huge welcome offer coming to the Chase Sapphire Preferred that we're going to talk about a little bit later on. What are the happiest countries in the world? Well, U.S. News and World Report has released their rankings, and where does the U.S. fall? I don't know, but you may not be too happy about the results. And I've got a story today relating to spending money on a significant other during their birthday, but when they go over budget, when you told them how much money you had, who's at fault in that case? That and much more on this week's edition of the Weekly Pointers News Update. I'm Brandon Boyd with The Brandon Boyd Show. This week we got a lot of stuff to cover, but if you're interested in getting the latest information on credit cards, points and miles, travel, money, finance, and everything in between, you have come to the right place. The topics are on the screen, the timer's down below, and timestamps are down in the description below. If you do find this video helpful or mildly entertaining, don't forget to be awesome. Give me a big thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notifications for alerts and use my referral links down in the description if you do find this video helpful. Now, some of the welcome offers I'm going to talk about today, yeah, they're slightly elevated, but are they really worth it in the end? I'm going to sift through all this stuff and tell you which ones to maybe avoid or hold off on and which ones to take advantage of. That, and we've got some free food deals at the end of the show as well. Got a lot of stuff to cover. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go. The Chase Freedom Unlimited card is a card I think everyone should have at some point. It's a great catch-all card with its 1.5 times multiplier on all purchases and then elevated multipliers in other categories. But overall, a great card to keep in your wallet. It does have an elevated offer right now. Let's dive in. Right now, Chase is offering a $250 bonus when you spend $500 within the first 3 months, which should be easy to do. Now, the standard bonus is typically around $200 in bonus when you meet the min spend, but we have seen some instances where there have been better offers in the past. So this one has $250 back after you meet the min spend, but we've seen previous ones where you get $200 cash back, but then you get 5 times categories in things like groceries or gas stations. So is it the best offer in the world? It depends on who you ask. If you want the quick 50 bucks as an additional, go ahead and grab it. It's a no annual fee card. Shouldn't hurt to do it. Let me know what you think about this offer. The AAdvantage Aviator Red World Elite MasterCard has an elevated offer right now that while it may not be the best ever offer on the card, it's still pretty significant. You can get a lot of miles by making just one single purchase. Couldn't be any easier. So right now you can earn 70,000 Advantage miles after you make your first purchase in the first 90 days. It is important to note that there is a $99 annual fee on this card, and we have seen welcome offers on this card before go up to 75,000 miles, but if you're in a pinch and you need a bunch of Advantage miles right now, go ahead and snag the card. It's a $99 annual fee, yes, but you don't have to have a huge min spend in order to get all of those miles. If you need a quick fix, if you got a trip coming up and you need a lot of them, there could be worse cards to sign up for. I would take advantage of this one if it's the right situation for you. Now moving on to a card that has the highest points offer we have ever seen. It's definitely worth taking a look at. This is a business card, and if you're unsure if you are eligible for a business card, check out my video in the description talking about business credit cards, who should get them, who shouldn't, but don't rule them out. I have a lot of different business credit cards and I use them pretty frequently. Don't rule them out because this offer is huge. So right now the Chase IHG Rewards Business Premier Card has a welcome offer where you can earn up to 200,000 bonus points, and it's broken down like this: 140,000 bonus points after you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months, and then an additional 60,000 bonus points after you spend a total of $9,000 on purchases in the first 6 months of the card. Now this is really interesting because the previous high offer was only up to 175,000 points. So adding an additional 25,000 with not a huge spend, yes, $9,000 is a lot, but to get that many points as a reward, not too bad at all. I really like this offer, especially compared to the previous two that I talked about. So in this case, it's the highest offer ever on the card. Definitely jump on this if you're an IHG fan. It's a ton of points. Now I've got to talk about this card, the Chase Sapphire Preferred. This is one that I recommend a lot of people start out with when they're first getting into points and miles, and there are rumors that there's a huge offer coming around the corner this week, in fact, in branch, and then soon to be released out in referral links and online as well. 100,000 bonus points on the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Let's get to the details. So there has been a lot of reporting on Reddit talking about March 23rd as the day that Chase bankers received a memo that there would be a 100,000 point offer in branch and then available to Chase referral link and online applications on April 3rd. Now 100,000 Chase Ultimate Rewards. This is absolutely huge on this card. It's a $95 annual fee card. This is a card I definitely recommend picking up. It's one that I usually recommend people start out with whenever they're getting into points and miles, and and 100,000 bonus points. You can't beat that. That is a tremendous offer. If you're interested in this, check in branch through the rest of March. But then if you're interested in on an online application, make sure you wait till that April 3rd timeline. That's what we're hearing right now. As we get more details, we will confirm. But this is an awesome offer. Definitely take advantage. So US News and World Report is very famous for putting out different rankings on all sorts of things, businesses, colleges, and in this case, they're looking at the happiest countries in the world. We're gonna look at the top 10 and see where they're at, and then we're gonna find the US and figure out where it's ranked and why it's ranked there. Now, coming in at number 1 is Finland. Now, this is kind of surprising because when I think of Finland, isn't it really dark and cold there a lot of the time? Kind of an interesting pick there. Number 2, New Zealand. Number 3, Iceland, followed by Denmark, Sweden, Norway. A lot of really cold places there. Then followed by Brazil, Netherlands, Australia, and rounding out the top 10 is Switzerland. So as I was scrolling down the list, I was getting into the 15, 20 rankings, 30s, 40s, and then I finally ran across the US at number 44 overall in happiness. Now that is a really interesting number to say the least. Now overall as a country, we're ranked number 3 for reasons such as cultural influence, power, agility it says as well, and then entrepreneurship. So let me know, do you think the US should be ranked higher than 44? That seems pretty low, especially compared to the countries that I just mentioned are really cold, some of it very isolated. Does that really make a person happy? What makes someone happy? What defines a country as being very happy? Of course, in this study, it's just the end user respondents were replying if they were happy or not. Now, to be fair, in the US, I do have to say a lot of people gripe about everything, right? If you go online, look at Twitter, look at anything, everybody's always arguing. So I guess if you're arguing all the time, maybe you're not necessarily happy. But why do you think the US is so unhappy? I figured we'd be doing a lot better. Let me know if these rankings surprised you at all. It did surprise me a little bit because I had to scroll a while to find where the US landed. Are any of the countries in the top 10 deserving to be there, do you think? Have you been there? Know someone from there? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Yeah, every week on the Weekly Pointers News Update, I like to share a story as it relates to credit cards, points and miles, travel, money, finance, and how that comes together with personal relationships. Today, a poster online posted a story about he and his girlfriend spending her birthday together. He gave her a budget of how much he was willing to spend on her birthday, but she decided to go a little bit over and he wanted to split the bill for the extra. Let's dive into the story. I'm going to read it from the perspective of the guy in this situation. So my girlfriend and I have lived together for 7 years. We usually split everything 50-50. We don't keep track of small things, of course, like snacks and food things and things like that, but we do split groceries and fancy dinners typically, just to give you an idea of how things are going. So we went out for her birthday last night. At the start of the night, I told her that I had budgeted $500 for her birthday and that I wouldn't be able to spend more than that. She was super understanding and said she was totally happy with that. So we go out to an adult arcade, we do a paint night, and then we go to a fancy dinner. Before the restaurant, I told her I only had $200 left for the evening. She said that was totally fine. So she ends up getting a smaller appetizer and ordering a really fancy bottle of wine with dinner because she said she wanted the bubbly more than the food when it came down to it for budgeting. At the end, our bill was $223 and change. When I asked her if she would split the bill with the $23 extra plus tip as her portion, she just looked at me a little dumbfounded and said she only brought her small purse and it didn't fit her wallet, so she would have to give it to me at home or send me money. I told her that was totally okay and just to use PayPal with me later. I wasn't upset or anything and said we could square up at home. She went a little quiet when we got home. She showered and went straight to bed without saying much. The next day, she gave me the $23 in cash, but left a note on it that said, quote, "Since I guess we nickel and dime each other now, here's your 23 bucks. Happy birthday, me," end quote. Now she's giving me the cold shoulder. I've tried talking to her about it, but she just keeps brushing me off and saying I'm being a cheap jerk. I honestly wasn't trying to be a jerk. I just genuinely had a budget and was super clear about that. She's never been upset about me using a budget before this. I was very specific that I could only afford $500 total and even told her that before dinner. Am I the jerk in this scenario? Stories like this always fascinate me because there's two sides to it, right? In one sense, I do agree with him that, hey, he laid everything out up front and was super transparent. This is great for communication overall in a relationship. If you can communicate what you're willing and able to do and the other person agrees, you're off to a really good start. But I would also caution this young man and say, pick your battles. It's $23. Is it worth the fight and the argument later? She just wanted to have a good time on her birthday, and maybe she felt ashamed that she went over, or maybe she felt like, hey, it's $23, when in the past he had mentioned that they don't nickel and dime each other over snacks and food anyway. If I'm just giving any advice whatsoever, if this relationship continues and they get married, pick your battles. Even though you may be slightly right in this scenario, is it worth the fight and the argument? Probably not. Just move on with your life. Maybe I'm wrong in this scenario. If you think otherwise, let me know. I'm sure that other scenarios that are similar to this have come up with you that watch the videos. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always on the Weekly Pointers news update, I like to end the show on a really good food deal. This week is no exception. We're going to Arby's. Now right now, Arby's is offering some really amazing deals, and through March 25th, you can score a buy one, get one free on sandwiches, plus enjoy the same promo on sides through March 30th. Also through March 24th, you can grab a free sandwich with a $15 minimum purchase, which is really nice as well. All you have to do is sign up for Arby's Rewards membership. It's free to join, and you'll find these offers in the rewards section of your account. Free food's free food. Arby's may not be the healthiest food in the world, but free is always good. Well, this has been a very fun episode. We talked about a lot of things. We talked about some elevated card offers that you'll definitely want to check out. The happiest places in the world kind of surprised me a little bit, but maybe I'm wrong. And I've got to know what you think about the story of the man and woman that went out for her birthday and spent just a little bit over budget. And was he wrong in that particular scenario? I have my thoughts, but I've been wrong before, trust me. If you are interested in any of the cards mentioned in today's video, or any card for that matter, make sure you apply using my referral link down in the description below. And when you apply using that referral link, it does help support the channel. Can't thank you all enough for doing that so far. If you found this video helpful or mildly entertaining, don't forget to be awesome. Give me a big thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notifications for alerts, and when you click on the Brandon Boyd Show, click, you are going to get the latest information on credit cards, points and miles, travel, money, finance, free Arby sandwiches, and everything in between. And I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. We'll see you soon.